Hello everyone, James here. Today I'm talking about Grant Cardone and his non-stop talk about bankruptcy. What's going on here, people? He does video after video about bankruptcy. All these conversations with people are about how good the business is doing and that there is no problem here. He keeps changing the narrative around. A couple weeks ago he said that he needed at least 70% rental receipts to stay above water. Now he says he needs 62%. It's changed again because the pressure is on. So he tries to think everybody's stupid that doesn't see what's going on here, okay? He changed that narrative, okay? Now he says that when he buys properties, he puts 30% down, sometimes 50%. He's changed the narrative again, okay? He did videos previously talking about borrow as much as you can and put the least amount of money down. As long as you have money from the receipts from rentals to cover your operations, you're good. Why put so much money? Why waste your money? Keep it in your pocket. Invest in me. So that's where he's at. He keeps changing the narrative because things aren't going good. You know, only in Grant's world, everything's dandy. You know, it's not true. The rest of the nation is suffering. All the apartment complexes in this country are suffering. It's not just him. They all are. But in Grant's world, it's only Grant has the best apartment complex. Only he has 92% people paying the rent, while the rest of the nation is 74%. He keeps... It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. The biggest industry in Florida is tourism. And there's no tourism, folks. So most of the people that rent from Grant probably are in hospitality or tourism, okay? If it's hotels, restaurants, bars, you know, whatever. They're the people who rent from Grant, okay? And some retired people who lost all their money in the stock market. I mean, it's really tough. But Grant seems to think everything's wonderful. So all these people that rent from Grant, you got to look at 10% of those people are going to go bankrupt. 10% of people are going to go bankrupt in this nation from what's going on. It's going to be, you know, individual and business. And he talks about bankruptcy on Mondays, and, you know, he talked a little bit about that and how that works. And why would you be talking about, you know, bankruptcy? It doesn't make sense unless you're going to go bankrupt sometime. What's really going to be tough is the next couple of months coming ahead, because there's so many people that file for unemployment. You know, it's 22 million now. You expect another 5 million this week are going to join those ranks, put us about 27 million people. Almost 40% of the employed Americans will be unemployed and filing. The whole system's screwed up because all these unemployment systems in these states are overloaded right now. They can't keep up. New York is shut down because they can't get on. It takes days and days and days. It's no different in Florida. Florida is one of the most populous states in the nation. They have the same issue. It's the same everywhere. New Jersey, New York, you know, where the high populations of people work are suffering. You know, you wait weeks and weeks. You get on the system, then you have to wait weeks and weeks to get start getting your money. The federal government gave the money, but the states just can't keep up with the demand. And so people aren't paying the rent. People are trying to put food on the table. That's the biggest concern. So for Grant to come out and continue to say that everything's cool is just bogus. He tries to keep that good face out there that everything's fine. Oh, I cut my own hair. No, you didn't. You didn't cut your own hair, dude. Come on, let's stop this nonsense. He thinks everybody's stupid, that you're going to eat up everything that he says, and it's not right. It's not right. He continues to try to pull the wool over everybody's eyes about what's going on, okay? We will see what's going on very shortly, okay? You know, he talks about, you know, if he has a problem, he contacted the banks. He probably already talked to his lenders already, okay? Or his lenders probably contacted him. They're not stupid. When you have, you know, like $1 billion in debt out there, and you have another 400 million in investor money, there's a problem here. He can't pay back any of that. Okay, he can't pay back the principal on investors, and he can't pay back the money he's borrowed to buy these complexes. That's a money issue. Okay, he's underwater on everything. Okay, he doesn't own anything. The banks own everything. Banks and the investors own everything. Grant owns nothing. Okay, Grant owns nothing. The investors have put 400 million at least through the years in these apartment complexes. And if everything was so good, why are these apartment complexes still available? Go on the site. Go on the site. 25 apartment complexes are available. And they already purchased all these properties. Okay, they're already purchased and they're in the fund. So why are we still accepting money? Why? What's going with that new money coming in? Where is that going? Where is that going? You say I should invest in your fund. So why is the money going now? If you already purchased the properties, what are you doing with my money now? Because how do I get... It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Is the new money paying for the old money, paying the dividend? Because all of a sudden it all changed, you know, in February. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, his operations are not making sense. And his biggest moneymaker, of course, was Cardone University. And you can't make money if you're not doing seminars, you know. There's only so many people are going to buy crap online, really. People aren't investing money in right now. People are trying to survive. It's not going to be, the economy's all of a sudden not going to jumpstart. You know, he did a video about asking the governor, you know, Ron DeSantis to open the state up and, you know, that people need to be responsible for themselves, that we need to take care of this. We got to put people back to work. I agree, people should go back to work. But how? What industry goes back first? Because why am I going to open my business if I have no sales? Bring back my employees, I have to pay payroll and insurance, and I have no sales. Really? You know, it's a big question. Why? What industry you bring back first? So, you know, Grant is starting to going down here. When you start talking about bankruptcy all the time, it makes no sense, folks. It makes no sense. He's obsessed with bankruptcy. We'll see what happens. Be good.